What is BTW? BTW is a developmental theater company. We focus on finding, developing, creating works from within the African diaspora and works that are relevant to um, the stories and the issues from people of African descent. The main objectives of Black Theatre Workshop, or BTW, are to develop those artists within the African diaspora and develop and discover the stories. So many stories have been lost and or hidden throughout history. And um, for me, the mandate I've set for myself is to try and find as many of those stories and tell as many of those stories, but not simply for us, by us. It's about discovering those stories and sharing them with the world. Um, there are many, many stories out there that have been hidden or lost that everybody needs to know about. We need to know about as a people to understand who we are and strengthen who we are. And the rest of the world needs to know these stories to understand that Africa has contributed to the world since the beginning. BTW is for everyone. It is not a case of telling stories for ourselves in-house. It is a case of sharing those stories with ourselves and sharing those stories with the population at large so that they can better understand us, better understand themselves, better understand how history plays so much in who we are today. The saying, which is cliche these days, but it's still relevant, that you can't know where you're going until you know where you've been, is something that is always in my mind when I'm looking for plays and looking for stories. And I think the more that we know about each other, the more understanding that we'll have. And theater plays a huge role in that, and everybody is involved in that. To me, the 40th anniversary is a huge thing. It's a huge thing to me in the sense that I started with BTW in the early 80s, and I was blessed enough coming out of school, or not even actually finishing school when I first connected, to know that there was a place that had stories that I could be involved in. It allowed me to develop my skills as a performer, as an actor, as a storyteller, and gave me opportunities that I probably wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. So the fact that it's survived 40 years and has been able to do that for so many other artists is a huge thing. 40 years makes us the oldest Black theater company in Canada, and I dare say one of the oldest in North America. We have grown, and I think one of the reasons why we've lasted as long as we have is that we have not been stagnant. We've gone through rough periods where very little was being done, and the obvious need to define and redefine ourselves. But we've survived all that and have gotten to a place where I think we're respected in the theatre community here in Montreal and the rest of Canada. And to accomplish that as an Anglophone theatre company in Quebec, as a Black theatre company in Canada, and as just a little theatre company that could is a huge thing. So it's a wonderful celebration of that, I think, for me. The fact that we have 40 years of archives in and of itself is huge. I've seen some of the pictures as staff have been sort of putting that together, and never mind finding pictures, of me looking like I was 12 years old, but just seeing some people who have passed, members of BTW who have passed, Leon St. Martin and Harry Hill, who have who are not with us anymore, and just seeing, at least there's some legacy to the work and the contribution that they've done, is a wonderful thing. And just reading some of the older articles before I was even involved in Black Theatre Workshop, it gives you a sense of history and a sense of self, and being able to continue to contribute to that is a good feeling. What would I want to say to people who want to get involved in Black Theatre Workshop? I would say, come down, see a show, give us a shout if you want to participate in some way, either through volunteering, to help with our shows, to volunteering to host, be one of the hosts at Vision. I think we see each other at Black Theatre Workshop as family more than colleagues or people that work together, and we treat each other like family. And Black Theatre Workshop is a great place to work. So for all the students out there who are just getting out of school, and these are our Caucasian brothers and sisters, our Asian brothers and sisters, our Filipino brothers and sisters. The only way you're going to know if there's something for you here is to ask and come on down. So I invite writers, directors, and artists of all ilk to come on down and hang out with BTW.